Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Welcome to Yardi TV for the New Year's. Yeah, man. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Think me gone, but me still there. President still there. Yeah, man. But first, I must say, happy 2026 to all my fans out there. All Jamaican, I hope that 2025 was good for you. And I hope that this 2026, would be better for you. So everybody, say, now wish them all the goodies for 2026. Yeah, man, welcome all my subscribers. I hope that you have a wonderful, time. And I hope that, you know, everybody, you know, yes, Medi ranking. Yeah, man. Mm. Big up Medi ranking in a Birmingham. Yeah, man. Big up Medi ranking. Big up all the crew from in a London. Big up all the crew in a New York. Big up all the crew them where all over the world, in a Canada and all over the world. But the big thing in the Caribbean today is the abduction of Nicolas Maduro. And whole heap of people can't really understand what really go down. Yeah, man, whole heap of people can't understand what really go down with Nicolas Maduro. Whole heap of mixed feelings. You have some people, I say, a long time that for go on, cause Nicolas Maduro is a dictator, and a long time somebody say going Venezuela from the time of Hugo Chavez, because Hugo Chavez set the precedent of um, dictatorship in the Caribbean. But we are going to discuss what is dictatorship in the Caribbean. We are going to we are going to we are going to unravel. We are going to unravel what is dictatorship in the Caribbean, and is it going on in the Caribbean now? Because we see that the claims of Donald Trump right now for the reason of going into Venezuela and kidnapping Nicolas Maduro is that Maduro is a smuggler of the white lady. And a whole heap of people are say, them are ask for proof. Just like when President Bush did invade um, Iraq, and President Bush was speaking about double MD, weapon of mass destruction. And up till now, President Bush cannot come forward with any proof of weapon of mass destruction. Up until now, President Bush in going into Iraq, yes, first he was saying that um, the Iraqi president was um, invading Kuwait. That was that was the reason for for President Bush to invade Iraq. And then when them asked President Bush for the weapon of mass destruction, him couldn't bring it forward. So if we check out many of these American presidents, if we check out many of these American presidents, these American presidents is like world bullies. Yes, them try to bully smaller country because if if Michael Manley, yes, we touch Jamaica now. If Michael Manley didn't act like a man and demonstrate that him have balls under him, President Richard Nixon in the 1970s, yes, President Richard Nixon would have bullied Michael Manley. Yes, you must know that these so-called presidents in America, all them do is just stay at a distance and look at smaller countries. Yes, they are not going to molest country like China's. They are not going to molest country like Russia's. They are not going to molest country who have the size army as America. Yes, they are not going to try molest those countries. But it's when America see the little country them like Jamaica. Yes, enough people don't know say the American president them love to take on small country. If you notice, in 1989, um, one of the Bush, I don't remember which one of the Bush because history will show that his two Bushes were president, the father and the son. But I guess it it was the son, 89, make I say. No, it was the father in 89 who who went into Panama. Yes, the father Bush, yes, President Bush went into Panama and the same thing where him do, same thing where Donald Trump do with Nicolas Maduro is the same thing. President Bush did to Noriega, kidnapped Noriega and said that Noriega was a drug trafficker. Yes, and as a matter of fact, it was sometime in January also. Yes, it was a time also in January. History have it to show that it was somewhere about the 3rd to the 5th of, of January. Yes, January. Just like now in January, in which Trump went down in Venezuela and kidnapped President Nicolas Maduro. Yes. So it seems like the world just keep on spinning around and around and around, and things happen. Not at the exact moment, but in the times. Yes, but is it a precedent that whenever Caribbean country have certain riches, America will come for it? Is it a precedent? Because in 1970, when Michael Manley was Prime Minister of Jamaica, yes, many would not remember, but when Michael Manley was Prime Minister, President Richard Nixon was agitating. Yes, President Richard Nixon was agitating to bring off something in the Caribbean, like where Reagan, like where Bush do to Noriega, and what Donald Trump did this weekend, yeah, to President Maduro. But Michael Manley at that time was what we call left wing. Yes, he was friend and ally to Fidel Castro. And you know, so from long time, America and Cuba no really friend. So because the, the, the American ideologies in the 1970s were mostly capitalist imperialism. And Michael Manley was going democratic socialism. Yes, President Nixon did not like the stance that Michael Manley took in being friends and ally with Cuba and other countries swaying in that direction. And it is known at that time there that our BAUXITE, yes, our BAUXITE was the region's best BAUXITE. So Nixon did have eyes, yes, on our BAUXITE of that time here. Because at that time in the 70s, BAUXITE was king. Yes, BAUXITE mining. Our BAUXITE was the best BAUXITE in the world. Yes, and Michael Manley used to make countries of the world know, say, if you don't want our BAUXITE, you have to give us money for our BAUXITE. Yes, so the American government did not like the stance that Michael Manley took to be friendly with President Nixon. So it is said that Richard Nixon, U.S. President, 1969 to 1974, and Michael Manley, Prime Minister 1972 to 1980 had a strained, a very strained and adversarial relationship due to profound ideological difference, particularly regarding Jamaica's move towards democratic socialism and its relationship with Cuba. The Nixon administration viewed Michael's government as a potential communist threat in the Caribbean and pursue a policy of economic and political pressure. Yes, Nixon tried to pressure the Michael Manley government in the 1970s. Yeah, the eras of conflict. Michael Manley PNP, People's National Party, openly adopted the principles of democratic socialism and fostered a close relationship with Fidel Castro, which directly challenged the U.S. Cold War foreign policy aimed at halting the spread of communism. So them did I say Michael Manley did I try spread communism in the Caribbean. Yes, but the bauxite industry nationalization Jamaica was a major global producer of bauxite and aluminum. I am not saying it's Google. It's Google. I tell you that at that time in the 70s, bauxite and aluminum was a global phenomenon. Yes, but Michael Manley nationalize nationalize the bauxite ore. The Manley government move to renegotiate, move terms with and eventually nationalize 51% companies, cause significant friction with the Nixon administration. The US, the US worried a successful, trouble-free nationalization would set a precedent for other developing nations. Yes, so the move Michael make in a 1970 to 74, the US government did a threat and worry because they must say the move that Michael Manley make, I gonna make smaller nation them start nationalize them products in a them country, them minerals and so the so the the US the US government actively try to destabilize the region, especially the Michael Manley government and the Jamaican economy. Yeah, but here it is, similar to effort in Chile. So at that time now, the American government did not do the same way in a Chile. as how him a try do in a Jamaica. So the CIA involvement in domestic Jamaican politics, which contribute to increased political violence and instability in the 1970s. The U.S. even considered covert support for the opposition party, the Jamaica Labour Party. So it tell you the Jamaica Labour Party is always a threat to Jamaica because the US government always try to use the Jamaica Labour Party, to destabilize the country all the while. Yeah, diplomatic rupture, tension peak when US Ambassador Vincent Derule was declared persona non grata by the Jamaica government in 1973 after he publicly bragged about a deal with Manley to prevent the nationalization issue during the 1972 election campaign. So Michael Manley did send home. Yes, Michael Manley did radical. So Michael Manley sent home the US ambassador, said, no, you can't stay in our country, and tell him to go. That was the radicalness of Michael Manley at them time there. You can't see that from a GLP government. No. No. But Michael Manley did fight back. Michael Manley did fight back under President Nixon. The same thing where them a bring off now. The same thing where them bring off. In a Venezuela, them try it in a Jamaica. Them try, the US government try it. Them try for bully Michael Manley, but it couldn't work. Couldn't bully Michael Manley. Them couldn't do it. The US government tried with Michael Manley. So me no want nobody come out. We are trying chat, sir. Thing like Michael Manley did this and that. Michael Manley make them know, say, bullyism can't work with me. Cannot work. Cannot work. The only difference them time there, and now is that say Nixon never send in no army, never send in no army and no military thing come, because Michael Manley did have Cuba ready for back way and Russia. So many are who attack now and attack say boy Michael Manley government then, and now we are going in a Venezuela, a different thing. It's a thing where the US government are going with long time. As soon as them say any country, any small nation have any resource where them can hold on pan, them try and hold on pan it. But the reason why now them can't really try that with Jamaica, you know, because them know say Jamaica have certain friends now. And we attack certain friends like Japan. We have Japan as friend. And we now hide and talk. We have Japan as friend. And we have China as friend. So America can't jump now. Trump can't just jump now. It's who are run the country now as prime minister. They're afraid of Donald Trump. who are run the country now afraid of Donald Trump? Who run in Jamaica now afraid of Donald Trump? But during the 70s, during Michael Manley not afraid of the US because enough people did for understand them time there. Jamaica was a smaller nation, but you see, BAUXITE, because of BAUXITE, our BAUXITE industry, our dollar did stronger than the US. Yes, during the 1970s, Jamaica was a stronger country, not really a bigger country or a stronger country in military might, but we were stronger than America and the international and the global sphere than America. We were more stronger during the 1970s. Under Michael Manley and the PMP mantra, democratic socialism, we were stronger. So where people say I go on now, it a go on long time because it was one of the Bush them. Two Bush was president, the father and the son. One of them send and go take out President Noriega, same way out of Panama. A long time them are going with this. And I just know. And I just know the bullyism. The bullyism. The bullyism of America are going long time. Long time. And I just know it are going. World bully. Little country bully. Them can't bully no big country. Can't bully no big country. Can't bully no big country. Not even Mexico them can't try. Not even Mexico. Not even Mexico them can't try and bully. Not even Mexico. As near as Mexico is to them. But may I tell you, I want Canada, Canada be aware. Canada be aware, cause you hear, oh, Donald Trump a swear upon Greenland. You hear, oh, Donald Trump a swear upon Greenland. Canada, beware. Beware. Don't take this man here, Donald Trump, too light. Because if you don't notice, oh, Donald Trump I swear upon Greenland. He must swear upon Greenland. Say him want Greenland for himself. It's not for America, Donald Trump say him want Greenland for himself. Not America. Him say him want Greenland for himself. And I must warn you, know, anything that man they want, him go and take it. Because him have it for say, 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 him don't respond for nothing where him do. Him not responsible for nothing where him do. Him is the ruler of the free world, him say. Donald Trump say, him is the ruler of the free world. Yes. So people, same way. And you have some people, you have some people where run off them mouth. Because even that, the conflict between Nixon and Michael Manley represent a broader Cold War struggle. There, a small developing nation push for economic independence and an alternative political path clash directly with the US's geopolitical interests. Alleged CIA involvement in August 2018, the 9th of August 2018. Yeah, people, people, the conspiracy between the CIA, the CIA and the Jamaica Labour Party. Yeah, it was a where people must know say foreign country can't just come in your place and take over. So it's the same way like how them a say somebody within Nicholas Madura camp, either one of them bodyguard or somebody must did a work with the outside of them. But during them time there no, the CIA them did a work with the JLP because it said, and me I said, I Google, me only I read it. Me only I read it, but people have to know where to go to find certain information because what happened to Jamaican, you know? Jamaican no love read. So it stated said CIA and the JLP conspired to sabotage manly government during the 1970s. Labor rights, labor rights. So it is it is it is stated that say yeah man, so as what them say, insiders always there to help to help the enemy. Always there. So I saw the the labor right them did 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 always there to help the CIA. So all the try them a much try for for state like say them not really know know what a go on. The GLP them know everything where I go on every day. Every day them know what I go on. Every day them know what I go on. Every day, every day them know what I go on. Every day. So no make them trick or no. Don't make them trick on you. Don't make them trick on you. Don't make them trick on you. Them a trickster. Trickster them. Trickster them. But people, we don't have to know, say this thing here is not really a thing where we feel laugh off of, because the same thing we're going, same thing we're going, same thing we're going, same thing we're going with Nicolas Maduro. It can take place anytime in a Jamaica, anytime. Anytime it can take place. Anytime it can take place. Anytime it can take place. Anytime. Anytime it can take place. Anytime. So people must know, say, people must know, say, people have to know, say, it don't take nothing, you know. But people, now one, our government have to know, say, we there in our region where whole heap of people not understand, say, we're in a region where volatile now. But you see CARICOM, may I tell you now where I feel happen to CARICOM over the past. CARICOM did a chairmanship where really and truly it doing much. CARICOM before our Prime Minister of Jamaica assumed the role of CARICOM did have some leader where did really have a great leadership quality. But after that, CARICOM end up come under the leader of Andrew Holness. And I'm not speaking any politics now, because the politics of was not something where whole heap of people did take really serious, because them know, say, Andrew Holness leadership of CARICOM over the past year or so was not something for CARICOM to speak about. It was a matter of deja vu. Yeah. So we never have somebody where can speak directly and per pertaining CARICOM. So each day, each day when certain thing happen, when certain thing happen within the context of CARICOM, people are wonder if Andrew Holness have the ball to speak on certain topic. It come on to CARICOM, but but right now we know say with CARICOM now, with the changes of the guards in CARICOM, maybe we get some form of agitation. Because what I feel, but what CARICOM should do now, this is a honest feeling. What I feel now what CARICOM should do is make Donald Trump know say this type of aggression is not, is not, and I must reply, what CARICOM should do now is make Donald know say this type of aggression that we are seeing now in the Caribbean waters is not relevant in Caribbean waters now, because CARICOM is as CARICOM waters, CARICOM waters, yes, CARICOM waters is a of peace, yes. CARICOM waters is a zone of peace. So these volatile behavior where fishermen I go about them business, I go catch them days catch, and them I realize say them boat can get up by American vessel or American aircraft. It's not invitingly. So whosoever whosoever is whosoever is the chairman of CARICOM now, I don't really know who is the chairman of CARICOM now, but whosoever is the chairman of CARICOM now should have, although although is a man, is a man now, is a man now. Whosoever is is the chairman now for CARICOM must make Donald Trump know say the Caribbean waters is waters is a zone of peace. Yeah, man. Caribbean water is a zone of peace. And we don't want this Caribbean. No. That is what. And they must go out there. CARICOM must send a vessel out there. I feel say CARICOM supposed to send a out there flying up a white flag, a CARICOM flag, a peace flag, and make the American them know say the Caribbean water is a zone of peace. And we know in the cas in a CARICOM, even if it agitate them and them vex, make them on it, make them fire upon it, and then we take it from there to the United Nations. Yeah. Take it from there to the United Nations. Take it from there. That is what I feel. Take it from there. The UN. That is my whole feeling. That is my own feeling. That is my faith. Yeah. That is my feeling. Take it from there. Take it there.
Can my dad go from XL to M?
Take it from there.
By Halloween. Regular walk time by the end is 10 o'clock.
Take it from there. Yeah. People alive. CARICOM need some people right now in a leadership like Mia Matley, Ralph Gonzalez, PJ Patterson, Michael Manley, because 6 months gone, make CARICOM look like a little piss house. Like a piss house. CARICOM look.
I'm sure I've seen them and have to double their empathy so that this frustration
People,
that is building up there
I
doesn't boil over.
I hear Cliff Hughes, you know.
A series of other crises. We have enough crises already.
I hear Cliff Hughes.
They
Speak.
need
I
basic food and water. Food and water,
I
shelter.
I hear Cliff Hughes.
We
Are
having a problem satisfying those needs.
Panamata.
After what? 8 days.
CARICOM.
It's a tough ask. I'm not
And
going to sit
people,
here and pretend.
sometime I
Already forgotten, as the outcome is coordinating to the JDF and our international partners, then goes ahead and feed your home. As a result of
sometime I ask myself,
original Spanish representing Michelle Ross.
sometime I have to ask me if if you know Cliff Hughes really is a man of you know accuracy. Yeah, because people sometimes it sound like Cliff Hughes. I lose it. Yeah, man. Sometimes it's like Cliff Hughes. I, because this morning I hear Cliff Hughes a speak, you know,
Is such a emerges that this military operation
people, people. Listen, Cliff Hughes.
in which they seized, captured, whichever one you want to use.
I want to
Maduro.
listen, Cliff.
They got inside help. Maduro's bodyguards, some of them flipped, yeah, and worked with the Americans to get in. And that's not a surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise. When you are a dictator, an authoritarian ruler, yeah, your inner circle get disenchanted with you, and they sell you out. Yeah.
People.
And then you have to ask about the current vice president, who is now the interim president. What role is she playing?
I want to
You
listen,
heard that
Cliff
they were
Cliff
talking
Hughes.
with her.
And it sound
Does
like
she
Cliff
have
a true
their
word for
backing?
our Jamaican government.
Well, said it,
So it sound like to me.
that she has to do what they want to do. If not, she
It
could
sound
pay a
like Cliff
much bigger
Hughes
price
a true word for
than
our
Maduro
Prime
has
Minister.
paid or is paid.
Mm.
Now, CARICOM.
Yeah, listen this. Listen this, people.
CARICOM
Listen this. We want to listen, Cliff Hughes.
has
Listening.
issued a statement which is essentially playing it safe and cautious, pragmatic, sticking to principles of wanting peaceful dialogue, diplomacy, yeah? That it is monitoring the situation closely. Mm? And don't expect much more than that from CARICOM.
Look here. This is what Andrew Holness bring down CARICOM to. Andrew Holness make CARICOM look like a patty shop. And you see Cliff Hughes, you sound as if say, you don't rate the leaders them in a CARICOM. You don't rate Mia Motley. You don't rate Ralph Gonzalez. You don't rate people in the past like even Hugo Chavez and Michael Manley. Eh? Since Andrew Holness take over the presidency of CARICOM, it makes CARICOM look like a little party shop. Call it that.
Because the leadership of CARICOM can't take on
Deteriorate.
the United States of America. And in particular, this Trump administration this time in Washington. It is just pragmatic and sensible that they're not poke that bear, the bear Trump. They're not going to do that. And it makes no sense, frankly. They have to make sure that when they speak and you listen, including our own Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, it is going to be non-adversarial. It is going to be very measured. It is going to be very calm. It is going to be very diplomatic to say, listen, we hold true to the principles of dialogue, the region as a zone of peace,
Yes.
because what? You dare not anger Donald Trump.
Hmm?
And that's where the world is at this moment. And I'm sure Mr. Zelensky, the
People, you see, people again, people make Donald Trump like Donald Trump is a God Almighty man. I saw them make it look,
but is this about democracy or is it about raw exercise of military might and muscle in aid of resources for his friends, billionaire friends, the oil, the people of Venezuela?
But Cliff, you understand, and if you speak the truth, sometimes it's so the American government, I mean the president behave like them just love bully small nation. I have to call a spade, but like how you will love your visa, you have up and no one talk certain thing Cliff use. Forget your visa get take where you don't want call a spade a spade. You don't want do it. Do it. Because if you're a journalist, you talk the truth. Talk the truth as a journalist.
Venezuela's asset, their oil. Is that what it is about? Or is it about democracy? I say it's not about democracy. It is about, and he has said, Trump has said that. There's one thing about Donald Trump, you have to take him at his word. He's very transparent. He tells you what he's thinking and what to do. Therefore, when he says that he wants Greenland,
So you hear it again earlier in my amble, parambles. I was saying that the Canadian should take this serious where Donald Trump do in Venezuela because he's a man, him kind of tell you where I'm going to do first. As the word where Cliff use transparent. Him talk him intention before they tell Medora say him a come down him going to arrest him. And him say him want Greenland. And you know the owner of Greenland, Canada. So I guess Canadian government can look forward.
Greenland, a Danish island, yes, it's a territory of.
It is not a Danish is Canada that in charge of Greenland. Canada.
Denmark. And he has been saying it. Take him seriously. He appointed an envoy to Greenland. and he's going to go after it. He's going after it. He said Cuba could be next. Take him at his word. Yes, he promised that he would go after the Muslim extremists in Nigeria, and he has done so. So we're not dealing with quote unquote a normal president of the United States of America.
You see, I wouldn't even say we are not dealing with a normal. It's the DNA of presidents of America. Because Bush them, the two Bush them. One, the father Bush, the father, if you don't know which one may I talk about, the bigger one, the father, is him go for Noriega, you know. Him arrest Noriega. And then the son invade Kuwait. I mean, invade Iraq and claim say Iraq stole, at the same script, you know, say Iraq stole American oil in a Kuwait. Because Kuwait did not give American oil at cheap price and think that it vex over that. Saddam. So Saddam just hold the oil well and say, yo, tell them to talk to me. And then the son Bush, the son, the younger Bush invade Iraq. So pan a whole, the people them just have to know say it is the DNA of the presidents of America to bully small nation. It in a them DNA. A long time them a do it. Long time them a do it. I don't know, Cliff Hughes. I don't know.
You're dealing with Donald J. Trump.
Donald Trump is just who
And,
is a
you
call.
know,
And
there's some of us who would like to believe that, oh, we can adopt the strategies that were adopted during the height of the Cold War in the 70s and beat our chest.
Yes.
Yeah? And dare him. Yeah?
Me, I beat my chest. Me, I beat my chest. See it here? Me, I beat my chest. The American government tried that for Michael Manley. On a screenshot that. On a can screenshot that. That me I tell you now. On a can screenshot that. The American government in President Richard Nixon tried for Michael Manley and it no work. Them try for bully Michael Manley, but it couldn't work. So on a beat with chest, we know say them tried pan Jamaica already in Michael Manley government, but it couldn't work. So on a beat with chest, we beat with chest high. Democratic socialism win. Democratic socialism win. In the same, them try for Michael Manley, but it never work. And I don't know beaches business. Google, see there. Google have it for sure way. Google, show with that. So the CIA in coherence with the Jamaica Labour Party because them say for a country going to another country, them having in a collusion with people in the country. So Nixon did in a collusion with the Jamaica Labour Party, but them couldn't topple the Michael Manley regime in the 1970s. Them try it and couldn't succeed. Them try it. So it's not a beaches business. So you, Cliff Hughes, you can't spin no narrative about beat chess thing. We not beat with chess. We know so them tried by Michael Manley and the PMP and it never work. It never work. So don't tell you about beat chess.
If you are being smart, if you are being pragmatic, you don't. You don't. You just don't. And that is what countries like Jamaica and the CARICOM countries have to be contending with this morning. How do you deal with this man who is prepared to tear up the rules and do whatever he wants? He's not beholden to any values, any principle. No, he does not.
That's why Andrew Holness must have uttermost respect for the Maroons of this country, because the Maroons of this country have proven that they are one of the most resilient force on this side of the Western Hemisphere. The Maroons, yes, you feel say, you feel say the Maroon would have run left or make outer powers come take over them township or them community that we there. That's why Andrew Holness must have respect for the Maroon, because most of them country in the world them study the tactics of the Maroon. That's why Andrew Holness must respect the Maroon.
Subscribe to that. It's all about what he wants to acquire power, more wealth. So he wants Venezuela's oil, the world's largest proven oil reserves, over 300 billion barrels of oil still in the ground and offshore in Venezuela. That's what he wants. And he's going to go after it. It's not about democracy. If it were about democracy, then the opposition that won the elections in 2024, the opposition led by Edmundo Gonzalez, clearly won the elections in Venezuela. You hear him mention anything about?
People, I want to listen to that section here where Cliff Hughes attack and see if it is not a reflection of what take place in Jamaica Listen Cliff Hughes and see if Cliff Hughes is not spilling his guts. Listen, listen Cliff Hughes are spilling guts.
About having them assume the reins of power in Venezuela? No. When you watched that press conference on Saturday from the Southern White House, his club, Mar-a-Lago, what did he do when asked about the Nobel Peace Prize winner who had led the opposition in Venezuela, Corina Machado?
Listen carefully, people. Listen to Cliff
Listen to
Hughes.
this, or we should take it after the break. Let's go to the break and come back. My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. 17 minutes after 10. This Christmas, choose life. As we recover from Hurricane Melissa's devastation, we're reminded that life is fragile. Pedestrians, stay alert. Drivers, slow down. Rest if you're tired, and never drink and drive. One careless decision can change your family forever. Let's have a safe and prayerful Christmas and a crash-free 2026.
Ever wondered how to spot a scam before it drains your account? Or how Jamaica's
People, you see,
track down the money?
see, see where we not really
The Financial Investigations Division on
understand, you know.
every first and third
Say,
at 8:20 a.m. for FID in action.
say,
An informative, engaging feature designed to keep you and your money safe. Learn practical tips to help you spot, prevent, and report financial crimes. Understand how the FID protects the financial system. That's FID in action, protecting you, preventing financial crime.
people not really understand, say,
Every first and third
Cliff
Friday
Hughes
at
are really the
8:20
belly
brought to you by
of
the
the
Financial
Jamaican
Investigations Division.
Labour Party. The party use Cliff Hughes to spread them narrative. Yeah, them use Cliff Hughes to spread them narrative. Yeah, yeah, man, them use Cliff Hughes, man, to spread them narrative. Yeah.
Is holding an emergency meeting over the situation in Venezuela at this moment. But frankly, nothing of significance will come of that that will change the reality because international is being ripped apart by the raw power of the president and of the United States and his administration, Donald Trump.
Just listen to
They have
Cliff
no
Hughes.
regard for the United Nations. So we're going through the motions of putting on the record what they're now doing at
So
the
you are telling me,
Security Council
so
meeting.
so
And
you are
in
telling
any
me,
event,
say,
the Americans are going to veto anything.
so Cliff Hughes are try to tell we say not even the United Nations can speak to Donald Trump.
But back to
Joe,
the real situation.
Joe,
Trump, from time to time, has been suggesting that, listen, I heard his Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, make the point that, listen, our position is no different from the Biden administration and the administration before when it comes to Venezuela, because Maduro was not legitimately the elected leader of Venezuela. It's widely accepted that he
joking.
had stolen the elections.
Yeah,
Yes, he
yeah.
had jailed
People,
the opposition,
listen this,
handcuffed the
listen
opposition,
this,
and
listen this.
was running Venezuela like a dictatorship.
Cliff Hughes,
Yes,
Cliff Hughes.
we we understand that clearly. He was presiding over an administration that was ruining Venezuela. Millions of Venezuelans have had to flee their country over the last several years.
You know how much people are left Jamaica because of Andrew Holness? Cliff Hughes, everything we are talk about, it a mirror the Jamaica Labour Party. Just listen yourself, Cliff Hughes. Listen.
In excess of 7 million Venezuelans, a population of about 30 million people, and to have lost in a decade and a half 8 million who have fled.
You know how much people left them job, how much teacher, how much doctor, how much people left this country, how much people gone across the border. because of the style and leadership by Andrew Holness Cliff Hughes, and you there start talk about Medora, eh? You there start talk and you not talk about Andrew Holness. Listen,
History
listen.
that Maduro has been dishing out to them. And during the last presidential elections,
Yes,
the opposition, it is widely believed,
yes.
won. And you know,
During the last election in a in a last year, January the 3rd, almost everybody in the world have it said the PNP win the election. The PNP win the election. But what happened? The Andrew Holness regime stole the election. Cliff Hughes, you understand where I say now? Everything where I talk about is like a mirror. Medura government in reflection to Andrew Holness government. Are the same thing on go on with. Same thing the GLP go on with. But listen, Cliff Hughes are spilling gut.
what is the basis of that? Can you imagine in Jamaica when on election night,
Yeah,
we're counting the votes,
yeah,
and when the boxes come in,
yeah,
everybody has a tally sheet,
yeah,
and you see right at the
yeah,
polling stations and at
yeah,
the returning center, the
yeah,
tally,
yeah,
PNP X amount,
yeah.
JLP X amount.
And
It
at the end of the day, GLP win. It unbelievable. Nobody couldn't believe it how GLP win the election. And that really you talk about Cliff Hughes. You talk about Venezuela when Jamaica September the 3rd is exactly the same. The exact thing go on September the 3rd, 2025. So aren't Donald Trump supposed to come and come topple the Jamaican government too? Since that you talk about.
independent X amount. The tally sheets were seized by Maduro, and although we can't see them, but yet he declared that he won. When
They know the same thing Andrew Holness do. Same thing Andrew Holness do all when the people them are complain. Say them stand up in a line. One person a complain, so them there in a line from 5 o'clock in the morning. And all 6 o'clock them still no vote. Slow down process. And Andrew Holness still swearing himself. Now the same thing happen in a different way. Cliff Hughes, I wonder if you have sense. What kind of narrative you try spin? Eh? What kind of narrative you try to spin, Cliff Hughes? What type of
it
narrative?
is felt that the opposition, based on underground reporting,
Yeah,
was way ahead.
yeah.
So
They know the same thing the Jamaican people them feel. So the opposition PMP was way ahead. Way ahead. And when the thing count, we can't believe it. So GLP win the election. We cannot
we
believe
know
it.
he's a dictator.
So you now have Andrew as a dictator.
And out of that election, a woman emerged, Corina Machado, brave woman. So much so she was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. He didn't allow her to run. She had to put up a gentleman by the name of Edmundo Gonzalez to run because he said she couldn't run. Maduro determined that she couldn't run because she was too popular. And Machado has emerged as the voice, the face of the opposition in Venezuela.
But Cliff Hughes, is it the same thing when did a try pa Mark Golden? Was it the same thing when I try pa Mark Golden? When all the known know as a fact say Mark Golden born in a Jamaica, still put Mark Golden through the whole heap of what I call it, anomalies for present our birth paper. Mark Golden have to do everything to prove it, say him really is a Jamaican. And the man telling us say a Jubilee Hospital in Band the record show. What is the difference if somebody stop the opposition leader from running as a candidate and in a Jamaica, I mean in a Venezuela, Maduro I try stop the woman from run as a candidate. But in a Jamaica, the GLP I tried do everything to to Mark Golden, for make Mark Golden know say him is not a Jamaican and him cannot run as to be the leader of the People's National Party. What is the difference? What is the difference?
Well,
Oh,
when Mr.
hypocritical.
Trump was asked about her on Saturday, listen to how he dismissed her. Here's a question.
Would be. You said earlier today that you weren't going to back Machado to come back and be the opposition leader in your Fox and Friends interview. And then you also mentioned the vice president of Venezuela. Are you going to work with the vice president of Venezuela, or how do you foresee the relationship?
Well, I understand she was just sworn in, but she was, as you know, picked by Maduro. So Marco's working on that directly. Just had a conversation with her, and she's essentially willing to do what we think is necessary to make Venezuela great again. Very simple.
Now, so that is a question in relation to
the question where we want to ask Cliff Hughes, what is the narrative where I try spin today upon your program? What is the narrative? First, you try spin a narrative, say, we not for try talk, no, we like say, what take place now, used to, it did a try take place in the manly government in the 1970s. It was the American try to topple the Michael Manley government. The only difference is it say they never use might, military might. That was the only difference. But them do everything down to the textbook. Them do everything for topple the Michael Manley regime. Everything, all because of what? Them want to take over the BAUXITE. That is how the the presidents of America behave. It is in their DNA. It is in their DNA, starting as way back from Abraham Lincoln. When the war, the war between Canada and America, the war between the Indian, the native Indian, and the so-called American, the war between the Boston Tea Party, all of them things there, the whole thing that it DNA, it is in the DNA of American president to bully small nation. So me no want Cliff Hughes come and come spin the narrative like say when people talk about Michael Manley, back them off. But Cliff Hughes, the thing where we are trying to ask you today, can your government today, headed by Andrew Holness, keep off a President Trump if oil is found in Jamaica. If tomorrow we discover so Jamaica sit down pan oil, natural resources like oil, can Andrew only stop President from Trump from coming in and say this oil is our oil because we own part of Jamaica, because it is said that America own part of Jamaica in Vernon Field and places like Goat Island. Suppose we find oil and more side there back to Goat Island side. Could you and could your government led by Andrew Holness look at Trump and say, no, it is not your oil? Andrew Holness don't have enough balls in him underpants and him brief to talk to Donald Trump like that. You're mad? How dare you talk to Donald H. Trump like that? Eh? When Donald Trump don't declare it, say Jamaica is in the backyard of America. Eh? Can your leader Andrew Holness say no to Donald Trump? Can your leader dictate any terms with Donald Trump if Donald Trump come for any resource, natural resource in this country? Can your leader look at Donald Trump and say, no, you can't have it? You must be mad. You must be mad. Andrew Michael Holness don't have the fortitude and the balls to stand up and look upon a man like Donald Trump in the eye. You must be mad. So Cliff Hughes, I don't want you come upon your program and come spin a narrative like Michael Manley, a play boy, a play man. Michael Manley is one of the greatest leaders to rise up in this hemisphere. And it's only people like Chavez, Hugo Chavez, Fidel Castro, Che Given, Mia Matley, Ralph Gonzalez can enter into that class of Michael Manley. We are talking about people we got balls. All when time them a woman in a Mia Matley got balls. But a Andrew Holness, a beady, seedy leader like Andrew Holness, who desecrate Andrew Holness, desecrate the leadership of CARICOM. Him desecrate it. Him bring the you know so when what time Trump feel it is best to come in at the Caribbean. Come go on with him shenanigan. And when Andrew Holness is chairman of CARICOM, that is what the world supposed to look into. So Trump wait until Andrew Holness become the leader of CARICOM And then him coming to the Caribbean with all of the, the foolishness them about, about, about invasion of Venezuela. Him wait for an opportune time when Andrew Holness desecrate the leadership chair in CARICOM before him come bout him attack ship in Caribbean waters. Why him didn't come when Ralph Gonsalves was leader? Why him didn't come when Mia Matley was leader? Him wait pan a little jellyfish, a little jellyback leader like Andrew Holness to come in and lead it and give him the go ahead. How dare you, Andrew Holness, sell out CARICOM. You sell out CARICOM. And you got to pay for that. You sold out CARICOM. You bargain CARICOM. You put CARICOM on the table and bargain the people of CARICOM. Bargain with the life of people in CARICOM as a leader. How dare you? Shameless. Shameless. You are so shameless. You believe said the world not see that? The world see it. Say Trump wait until Andrew Holness become the leader of CARICOM before him invade Caribbean waters. Him wait until a jellyback leader is in charge of CARICOM. Weak jellyfish. Jellyback leader. And you, Cliff User, come about, no spin the narrative, but in the 70s, Michael Manley dead and gone. But it's one thing, you or anybody of the GLP cannot erase history. Michael Manley stood up to them like a lion in the jungle. Michael Manley stood up and said, no, no, we are not for sale. We are not for sale. Yeah, compare Michael Manley era and both we not to compare it. We have to compare it. Have to. We have to. Outward and bright. Outward and bright. We have to compare it. We have to. Because Michael Manley is not a flan leader. Leader with balls. Not a fake leader. No fake leader around here. No fake. No fake. No fake. No fake. No fake at all.
If you can't read your phone up close and watch TV from across the room with the same pair of glasses, you need to see this deal. Vision Sync glasses automatically adapt to your eyesight. No prescription.
No fear. No fear at all. How dare you?